But
So
if I
like-
wanted to use those at home, I'd have to order them from someplace.
You could probably find them at a specialty store for a very short window.
Yeah,
like when
gotcha.
wherever you can find ramps. Maybe like a.
Well,
Whole
I don't even
Foods or
know what to
something
do
along
with
lines.
those.
Yeah, me either.
Every once in a while, there's a few fiddleheads. I don't know what that is, and I
Fiddleheads.
don't know what to do with them.
So it
Yeah.
comes from a fern that we have a ton of fiddlehead ferns back home.
What? You
Yeah,
know what
I
a
do.
fiddlehead is?
Mainly because deer eat them, and so I know
Yeah,
that when I'm
yeah.
going through the woods and you see that little like spiral
Little
shape,
curlicue, yeah.
A lot of people back home pickle them where I'm from, so
Oh.
like that's one way that a lot of people back home use them and stuff like that.
Who would have thought? This is what I was learning today.
Exactly.
So this is the kaffir lime leaf.
Okay.
We're just going to take and we're going to roll them up so we can chiffonade.
So you get basil.
Yeah, exactly.
Chef, when you're looking at an item, a menu item, something that you're going to add, steak tartare is a pretty classic dish. How do you determine how to put your own spin on it?
Well, with ascend specifically, some sort of Asian ingredient or influence will be the preferred method, obviously. But I think that there's also an opportunity. These are some of the items that change seasonally. There's also an opportunity in using whatever is fresh and local that might be similar pairing to somewhere that might be in Japan, possibly.
Oh, interesting.
See, that's what I feel like good chefs always do is like they use like, say you take a meat from a certain area, well you have to pair that with other things
Yeah.
from the area as well. So like
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
of the
Absolutely.
spruce, right? Like for deer,
Yeah.
they love spruce.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
eat spruce a ton. They eat it throughout the winter time. Cedar's another one. It's like never thought about using with that.
But that would make sense because the flavors would all go together.
Right. So hopefully they go together, right?
Are your kids adventurous eaters?
So they'll try some stuff. Obviously, sometimes you got to trick them, but like they honestly all love wild game, which is pretty amazing to me. Like
Yeah.
my 12-year-old daughter, I remember for her birthday this past February, she's like, "Yeah, I want venison for dinner that night." I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to twist my arm." So it's pretty good. They're decent eaters, and eventually, like post baseball, we plan on having garden to work from and all that stuff. So hopefully, our eating habits will become even better.
Chef, how do you expand your palate? Like I would have just called those microgreens,
Right,
right?
exactly.
Like, how do you
One
know what
umbrella.
that tastes like, and how do you expand your palate?
It is a lot of trying different things. Trying to go to a different restaurant as many times as I possibly can, and really trying pretty much anything and everything that might be on the menu. In all honesty, I do that a lot. It's just the only way that I can really try some of the ingredients and really understand the complexity of the flavors. And that's kind of how I do it.
It is fascinating to eat with chefs.
It
By the
is.
way, like it's super fascinating. I had a chance to eat with Chef once, and the amount of food that gets put on the table is
It's a
obscene,
lot, yes,
right?
it is.
I walked away like I needed somebody to roll me out. Oh my gosh, he has tweezers.
Right, exactly. Just taking it to the
He
next
has
level.
tweezers for the microgreens.
It's important for perfect placement.
That's why this place is top notch.
I know. I have never been more intimidated to talk about food than when I was eating at a table with chefs, like
Oh, I
trying to
believe that.
describe I was like, is this right? Can I
Yeah.
say that this was good or was
Exactly.
this not
Am I
good?
eating the right way? Am I
is
using the
this
right utensils?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did I get the right bite on the plate?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous.
You'll never see like a tartare that looks like this either, I feel like.
No. No, this is a
incredible.
really unique plating
Yep.
of a tartare.
Which I'm sure is always a goal when you're trying to create your own stuff, right? Like
That's right.
you have to make it your own.
Exactly. Absolutely. Really try to, kind of very unique and something that you are not going to be able to experience somewhere else. Right?
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Ascend Hospitality Group. Watch the entire episode and season on YouTube.